everyone, it's Lizzie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are just gonna go ahead and dive into this paycheck budget for the 25th. So what I like to do is start off with what I have in my checking account as an available balance. So I use an app, it's called Balance My Checkbook, or you can use a standard checkbook register that you handwrite in, or any other app that allows you to manage the balances in your active, checking account, or you can call it your operating account, where all of the activity happens out of that account. So in here, I have a starting balance of $99.84. This is money that I did not spend for gas. This is what was remaining after I did receive a small paycheck from my online business. So that's leftover funds after allocating, what had to be allocated from those that income I received. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in a little bit more. So what I have up here is the income, and I write in, like I mentioned, the available balance, and then along with a paycheck, giving me a total income of $948.08. This is the number that we are going to be working with. Now, as you see right here, I have a percentage formula. This worksheet that I'm using is actually on my Etsy shop if you're interested, but it automatically has a 70%, a 20%, and a 10% here for these particular categories. Now, what I did, I just adjusted it because with this income, I know it is going to be very difficult for us to be within that 70% for our spending, our expenses. So what we consider expenses, that's anything that is leaving our hands. That is for your bills, that's for your, daily cash envelope use. If you are a cash envelope user, your regular spending, that is what we considered an expense. That's leaving your possession, right? It's getting out of your hands. Then we have a goal category. This is for, I have it written here, it's for, debt payoff, it's for savings, it's for sinking funds, it's for any goal that you might have, any financial goal that you have. You can set aside a specific percentage for that. And in this worksheet, again, it automatically puts it as a 20%, but I just changed it to 10% for this particular paycheck. So you can adjust it however you see fit, whatever works for you in that particular time frame that you received your income. So now let me go ahead and get back to the worksheet. So we've figured out what our balances are, or what the goal amount is for each of these categories. And for the tithe, I put an arrow here because we tithe off of the paycheck that we received for that particular time frame. We don't tithe off of this income total because that is from a prior pay. We've already tithe off of that balance. This is just what is remaining in the bank account. So we don't tithe off of the total. We tithe off of what we actually received. Then over here, I marked that we base these goal amounts from the total income. So that's how I factor that in. And we have a little formula there on how you can calculate those percentages. So I put in the giving. So I have this featured on my my worksheet because this is very, very important to us. It's up top, it's right here because we always give. No matter if we were in debt, we're no longer in debt now, but even though we were in debt, we still gave, we still tithed. And here's the reason why we did this, because one, that's our belief. We do believe in giving back to, to God what belongs to Him. He's the one that, He gives us the jobs that we have, and we're blessed with the income that we receive, but it's our jobs to be good stewards of what we are given. And so me getting into debt, that was my choice. That was not being a good steward of what we had. So tithing was still in the midst of our debt payoff journey. So being that, like I had a comment saying, well, why don't you tithe through your time so you don't have to tithe monetarily? I don't believe in that. I believe that giving of your time, that's just something that's above and beyond, financial tithing. So that's why this is featured and why I will never alter my budget worksheets to not include a giving section, because I believe that when you give, you will get back so much more. And I have so many stories to share. If you're interested to hear, how we have been blessed financially because we have given, let me know if you'd be interested. I love those type of testimonies. So let me know yours if you have given and you've received so much more back in return that was unexpected, but it was such a blessing. Definitely share with us in the comments. I love to hear those type of testimonies. So now moving on to our expenses. So now we took care of our giving, that is top priority. Now we're moving on to the expenses. This is your regular, auto debits that get taken from your bank account. This is any variable spending that goes out of your bank account. Anything like that goes right here. So what I like to do is break down our expenses, and let me show you the worksheet using a bill tracker. So this is the bill tracker that I use when it comes to breaking down our expenses, allowing it to be in bite-sized pieces. Because when you have your bills that come out and you have to pay it all at once, or you have to, split the payment. So we get 4 pays this month of September. My husband gets a paycheck and I get a paycheck twice. And we break it down that way. And it makes it a lot more manageable when you see the total amount in a smaller amount broken down than just a big lump sum of the bill amount. So what we do is we list it out as you see here with the due dates, the total amounts, and then we highlight when we know we have to have that bill completed. We have to have that total amount set aside in our bank account so that when that bill gets taken out of our bank account, we are not in the red. We have that money there, it's good to be paid, and we are set up for success. So we break it down by our pays, and these are our paydays. And I just divide it up. So I divide this total amount by the number of pays leading up to the due date. So for example, in October 1st, our rent is due of $1,300. So what I did in the beginning of September, since we've already completed having the rent set aside the prior month, so I know that starting September 3rd, we have to start saving to pay the rent of the following month. So we just divided it by 4 paychecks. So we have to have that total amount on the last paycheck we received in September. So that is today. And now I highlighted it knowing that this must be completed in our account so that when that first comes, it will be automatically drafted from our bank account and we are good to go. We don't have to worry about coming up with that extra funds. So that's why I really like utilizing this bill tracker. I know a lot of my viewers, they've used this for their cash envelopes as well, that they just set aside specific categories down here and they break it down by the paycheck. You can use this tracker however you see fit. This is just how I use it and how it's been successful for us. So when it comes to the payday, I literally just look at this worksheet that I've already completed for the month, and I just make a check mark next to it when I did apply it on my worksheet. So let me show you my worksheet again. So as you see here, I already wrote in all of those bills that was on that worksheet, and I just transferred it right on here on my expense portion. And now what the highlights are is just the amounts that remains in a bank account. So I leave my gas, I leave that in my checking account because we do use our debit cards for buying gas. And then we have a miscellaneous category that also gets left in the bank account as well as just like a little buffer in case there's unexpected things that happen, which there was. We went on vacation. We went to Georgia in the mountains, and we had an amazing time for our anniversary. And thank you all so much for your well wishes and your congratulations to us celebrating 8 years of marriage. I can't believe it's been that long, but when we were away, I was, monitoring our account, and I saw that there was a gym membership fee that came out of the bank account that we were not expecting. So if you see on our bill tracker, let me show you that again, so that way you know what I am talking about. So as you see here, we have a gym membership monthly. We pay $23, and I saw that there was a transaction of like 50 something dollars that came out for that gym. And my husband, he called because it's his gym membership. He called and they explained that there's an annual fee plus the monthly fee that gets taken out, and we were not expecting that. So having this miscellaneous amount that we had from the prior pay, it saved us, and also a little bit of the gas funds that we do leave in our bank account saved us from not having enough. So I was a little stressed out, but I'm grateful that we did have money in the bank account so that it covered us. So yeah, we're canceling the gym membership because we do have a gym where we live. It doesn't have all of the equipment that's at the gym, but we never had a gym membership before. But health is something that's a priority to us, especially in our trying to conceive journey. If you guys don't know, we are trying to have a baby, and we're having some difficulty with that. So we're trying to manage our health and, stay active and all of that. So having a gym membership was the reason, but now we are adjusting a couple of things. Anyways, sorry about that ramble. Let's continue on. So now taking our income, subtracting the giving and these expenses, it leaves us with a balance of $197.79 that we are working with the remainder of the budget. So looking at our percentage formula, we see that these were the goal amounts. For the expenses was around $759 that we wanted to allocate for all of our spending from this paycheck. 10% of this amount, $95, would be to apply to our goals, and then we already covered the tithe. So we have $665 that we allocated for all of our expenses. So we are still below that $759 to work with our regular cash envelopes. And we really don't need to buy a whole lot of things. We already got our pet food covered, so we don't need to put anything for pet. We do have to buy like some home products like paper towels and having some toilet paper and things like that. So having $10 set aside for that. There's things on sale. We are going to use that, and also our groceries. We do have to go grocery shopping today, actually. Like we need to buy milk and eggs and all of the things because we were away. So we take out $75 weekly for our grocery budget. If you don't know, we follow the Jordan Page formula. She talks all about, shelf cooking and just everything. If you guys don't follow her, definitely check her out. She's amazing. But she recommends a formula for groceries that is setting aside $100 for each person in your house, starting at $300. So since there's only 2 of us, our food budget for groceries for the month should be $300 per her recommendations, and that has been working for us so well. We've been doing that now for, I want to say like 2 years, and that has helped us so much in our budget because our food budget was always going way over. Now we do eat out quite a bit. That's something that we're working on. That's something that we're trying to be more intentional to eat at home, and we've tried the meal prepping. It worked, but I don't know, just staying consistent is hard for us, but we just need to do it, right? So this is what our cash envelopes total comes out to be, is $85. That's for our wallet. So I have this cash envelope wallet over here, and we're going to be stuffing 2 cash envelopes. And then here are the sinking funds. Now, sinking funds is a form of savings. Sinking funds is something that you slowly set money aside from each of your paychecks, so that it goes to a specific event or whatever you're saving for, something major that's going to be coming up that you know is going to come up, and you really have to set money aside. So it can be as little as $5 or however much extra you have. You can put it aside for specific sinking funds. Now, you don't need to have a whole lot of sinking funds, let me be honest. And I am going to be adjusting our sinking funds so that it makes sense for us. So we have a lot of sinking funds, and I'll show you right now what they are. I have this app that manages our sinking funds. It's called the Simple Budget. Okay, these are all of the categories that we have in our sinking funds, and I like it because you can track how much are in each of your envelopes. So some of these are online, and some of these I do have physical cash envelopes for. Now, I am planning on, and I have to talk to my husband, of course, but I'm thinking, okay, gifts is something that I had thought, well, we can use the gifts for other people's birthdays and things like that. But I think that we might merge, or I'm going to talk to him and see what he thinks. We might merge Father's Day, Mother's Day, and Valentine's Day to just be under gifts, because I honestly don't have a dollar amount for Mother's Day that we are wanting to save for, or Father's Day. Like, we don't know how much we want to spend for that. So I might merge those so that it's just in one cash envelope. And we do have this in a cash envelope. So that is something that we're probably going to be doing. And then vacation and anniversary, I do have that in one savings account. I just have them separate because I think that they should be separate. So that's just something that I wanted to share with you guys. This is another app that I do use. I have this on my phone, but it also works on the iPad, and it's nice. So again, it's called Simple Budget, and it allows you to be able to track your totals digitally. So we are going to be setting aside for car maintenance, Christmas, and gifts. So again, the highlight just means that this is an online bank account. I have an online savings for our maintenance account. And then these two are our cash envelopes. So I am withdrawing cash for that. So total sinking funds is $45. And now down here, this is the savings. We have a home savings account that we're slowly growing that savings account. So hopefully get 20% down, saved up for our next home as a good down payment. That is a big goal for us, but hopefully we can save roughly, I don't know, like 30,000 in there. We are now we're very close to having at least 3,000 in our home savings account. So I can't wait. So this is the amount, $67.79 is what we are transferring to our home savings account. And now what I did, so I've already gone to the bank and figured out, done my withdrawal. I figured out how much we needed for specific denominations, which is right here. These are also teller slips that you can purchase from my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box, but it's just a full sheet of these teller slips you can cut out and have it nice and organized. You give this to your bank teller and they give you exactly what you want for your cash denomination breakdown. So I really enjoy doing that. It makes it so much easier and it's really cute. So I have my cash at hand, and we are going to get to the portion of the video where we can stuff our cash envelopes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the sinking funds first. So we're gonna start with our Christmas envelope. And I have these also in my shop as well. But these are just like little trackers that you can put in there. But you can also use this app, which I'm gonna do right now, and write it in there as well. So we're adding $25 in here. And this brings us to having $800 in our Christmas fund. Just gonna organize this nicely, and we're just gonna verify if this is correct. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 500, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 800. So I'm actually going to switch this up, this 20 for these 5s. That way I won't have all those 5s in this envelope. All right, and then you can just go ahead and add in 25 on here, click add, and it updates the total on that app as well. So you can do it this way, you can do it on paper, whatever works for you. I just wanted to show you both so that you can see how it works. And then gifts, we are adding $10 in here. So there's $48. So we have 20, 30, 40, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then again, let me go to here, and you just add in. So now you have this updated 48 in our gifts. So I really like using this. You can use this for your, you know, let's say if you don't have cash envelopes like this, physical cash envelopes, and you do everything on your account, you can have it broken down like this, and you can track your spending this way. So again, I just wanted to show you guys that because I thought it was really cool. I thought you guys might like that. So now let me update my daily cash envelopes. So we're not putting anything into eating out. Groceries, we are adding the $75. So it should be 83, 50, 60, 75. Just make sure, because we have 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 1, 2, 3. All right. So that matches up. And then home, we are just adding in the $10. So I have my two 10s here, and we are good with that. So my cash envelopes are all stuffed, my sinking funds are all stuffed, and that is how we do our paycheck budgeting. So I really hope that this inspired you to get on a written budget and do something that works for you and your family. So what works for me may not necessarily work for you, and that is totally fine. Customize it, tweak it the way that it makes sense and allows you to achieve financial freedom. So that is my whole purpose, and this is helping families find freedom in their finances. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in a brand new video. Bye guys!